You've missed your heavy singles, or maybe a heavy single. Maybe you have that comparison creeping up whenever you're in the warm-up room of like what everybody else is doing and what their attempts are going to be. Maybe you wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart racing, thinking like, oh my gosh, like my competition, and you think about it in your head, and then all of a sudden you have anxiety over the fact that now you're not getting sleep and you're not optimizing your recovery. Okay, so I want you to know that I am, if I look down, just as like a full stop really quick, if I look down, it's because I have notes and I tend to talk a lot, so I will be referencing them as we go so I stay on track. Okay, so back to it. I think you're a head case, you're too emotional, you're too in your head, you're not mentally tough enough, and I just want you to know that you're not the problem. It's the strategy that you're running, okay? Because you're tying your self-worth to the number on a bar. You have this all or nothing intensity, but that is what got you here to this moment, right? It's worked for you as a beginner, but it's not going to work for you to become the athlete and the lifter that you want to become in the future, the stronger version, the winning version, whatever that version is for you. And it's really tough to let go of. I know for me, I've always called myself Hannah the Destroyer, and years ago I used to get really stuck on that identity because people saw me as the strong one, they saw me as the healthy one, they saw me as the one who's really in tune with her diet, the one that misses all the parties and all the family events because she's getting ready for a competition. And I had this really hard exterior, and I thought I had to be that all the time, and it was a lot of pressure when inside all I wanted was to just relax, and I just didn't know how to do that. So if you're feeling that, I got you. We're gonna work on it. The thing I want to introduce today is what I like to call the tell, okay? And this is the physical or cognitive moment when that signals that start of that loop. So it could be the comparison loop. It could be the heart racing that might signal it. It could be, doing a heavy set or doing a set and thinking to yourself, well, this isn't enough. I need to do more, so now I'm not gonna count this set. So anything where that thought process starts to happen, all I want you to do for the first week, your job, is just to notice that it's happening. Okay, you're just going to notice the pattern. You're not going to try to fix it. You're not going to try to change it. You're just going to notice it, and you're going to catalog it. And what I mean by cataloging it is that you can either use a voice note on your phone to say like, okay, I thought this at this moment. I did this because I was thinking about this. Or for me, what I always like to do is just take my lifting book and I would just write down like the thought that I was thinking, or like my heart races right now because I'm about to go for a heavy lift and like I don't know what to do with this, or like my anxiety starting to creep up because I'm thinking about my program, at 6 a.m. in the morning. So things like that. These are the things that you're going to want to write down and just take notice, okay? And the thing is, for this week, you're going to want to do something about it because it's the first week and you're going to feel like you need to do all these things, and your brain is going to be like, you need to be like doing all the things, you need to stop thinking that, you need to, and it's just gonna happen. I just want you to be prepared for that. But that's not what I want you to do. I don't want you to do anything with it. I don't want you to beat yourself up if you do start having these thoughts, if you are feeling a little bit of anxiety, if you're worried about all these things. Like, I just want you to notice it. That's it. Notice it, write it down. That's all we're gonna do for this week, okay? And then in closing, I want you to know that this isn't to add more pressure to your program or leading up to a competition or a competition week. That's not what this is for. Permission to stop trying to fix yourself and to just notice when these things are happening and then writing them down. That's all this is. That's all I want you to do. Very simple, very easy. You got this.